What's up, gamers? Today I'm going to be making a Tower Battles tier list. And yeah, so let's get right into it. So first guy we're going to do is, I'm just going to go front to last. So Archer, he's like the guy who shoots and he has piercing. And there's this upgrade that sets him on fire, which I guess is good. And I mean, like, there was this I'm not sure if this glitch still works because it was kind of a while ago that I found out about it. But it was where it could permanently slow down Void, so... But in general, though, this wasn't really that good of a tower because the damage was pretty bad. But it did have piercing, and it did slow guys down, so I'm going to put it in the D tier, just because of that. Aviator, everyone knows the Aviator. Hidden detection, support, which is really good, and with the update, it's just really good now. So yeah, it's got to be A tier because of the damage is just really good now at max. And if you have a good spam, then it's just really good. And Barracks, I'm not even gonna question this. This is S tier. This is legit S tier. Because if you have two, if you have two, like, barracks at the beginning game, you destroy, and it's just not even fair. But then again, though, it's probably not S tier because it's probably, I'd say it's B tier because it's not that good at end game. But for beginning game, it's S tier. And I gotta go same with Aviator, actually. But Barracks is insanely good, though. Just a bit better than Aviator, in my opinion, at least. Taser, this is an admin tower. Don't really know much about it. So, it's just gonna be the wall from trash, because it's gonna help build the wall. And then, Commander, this buff is really good because he increases the fire rate, which is actually really overpowered. And I can't decide between S tier and A tier. Honestly, I'm gonna go with S tier because it's just really good. Because you get so much fire rate out of it. Commando. Honestly, I feel like people are gonna get mad about this. But C tier. Barracks is definitely better than Commando. Well, if you have two max barracks and one max Commando, I guess the barracks would be better. But no, I'd honestly put Commando at B tier, just because it's just, yeah. Well, this is actually really difficult because Commando is just a minigun. And it goes brrr. And the damage is eh. So, honestly, if you compare these max forms, just one of each, I feel like Commando would be down here with the damage. Because Aviator has the hidden thingy, the hidden buff, and that's actually really good. So, yeah. Moving on, Cryo Gunner. This, if you have an insane spam, is good. And that's probably what's saving it from the trash tier. Because that's actually pretty good. And, I'm putting it as same, like, let's just pretend Snowballers here. It's not on this tier list because, I don't know. But this is pretty much the same exact thing as Snowballer, except for Snowballer is a little better, in my opinion at least. So, yeah, it's probably on the wall from trash. And then, DJ. This is a nice buff, yes. But it's not that good. Like, it's good it's the fire rate buff, yeah. But it's not that much fire rate, and it makes things cheaper. So I'm probably going to have to put it at C tier. Because it's a good buff, just not as good as Commander. But I'd take this over Commander because the Game Pass, the music, and I like to ear rape other people. Anyways, moving on to the Elf. This guy's S tier for beginning game. Like, if you just get two of them, it's unstoppable. until boss. And then honestly, it's probably a D tier because it's just like the upgrades aren't even worth it. And it's just only good for beginning game. So yeah, I'm gonna have to put it at D tier. And Enforcer, I mean it's good because it stuns, and the damage is decent. It's probably C tier, but it's just the range is horrid. Farm, this is a good example of S tier. Gets you good money. It's the thing that it's legit. You need farm to get all of these pretty much, except for the really cheap ones. Farm is definitely S tier because it just gives you money. And you spend a lot on it, but then you gain it all right back really easily. And then Flamethrower. This is, honestly, it's C tier. Because the damage is not so good, but if you keep spamming it for it to slow down Void, it can save you. Yeah, because it has the burn effect that slows him down. And Fragger. Honestly, Fragger is actually pretty good until end game. Because Fragger is one of the best for beginning game. So I'm honestly going to put it at C tier. No, it's about as good as the Elf, actually. But a bit better, in my opinion. Golden Commando, you see, this is between here. Because Golden Commando is, it's probably S tier. I'm not sure, though. Because Golden Commando is the best fight rate in the game, I believe. And it does really good damage at max. But it's just so expensive. But yeah, good damage, so yeah, whatever, S tier. Golden Scout. Honestly, I need to put it at B tier. Because it's good, yes. But, it's only good at max, really. But it does give that, like, hidden detection buff. But it's been upped so much. The prices are just crap, so I'm going to put it at C tier. And, Graveyard. This is an example of A tier because of the max version. It's all because of the max that it's really good. And there's so many times, though, where I'm against Void. I know I can't kill, but I have Graveyard. And so, as soon as a Graveyard guy dies, and you're pretty much rich, you just keep selling and replacing your jacks, and it saves you from Void. So, honestly, I gotta put it A tier, because it's really good support, because there's guys constantly coming out on the track. And, yeah. Hollow Boomer. Now, this one's questionable. Honestly, it's not as good as Flamethrower, but for the Halloween 2020 event, it was better than Flamethrower. Mainly because there's this one time I won. I've won the Halloween event a couple times for 2020. But there's this one time I won just because a guy thought to bring the Hollow Boomer. And it slowed down Wendigos by 40%. And that was just so good. But that's only in the event, so I'm going to have to put it at D tier because it just focuses on the first one and doesn't do a spread like Flamethrower. Huntsman. Here's an example of an iffy tower because I don't have the Huntsman because I've never won a tournament. I've gotten close. I got to the final 16, but didn't win. And Huntsman is a good tower for beginning game, yes, but at end game, it just gets bad. Honestly, I'd probably say it's D tier, though. I mean B tier, because in my opinion, it's just better than Commando, because it gives you that money constantly, and I like that, because it's satisfying. Knifer, I have no idea, so here, we're gonna make a new tier. Wait. At a row below, and then this new one, And then, yeah. I have no idea because I've never seen this before. All I know is that it's being worked on, I think. And anyways, Huntsman. Or Marksman. Sorry. Marksman is good. And it can hold its own. Like, it's good for beginning game, mid game, and it's kind of iffy at end game. Honestly, it's just like Barracks pretty much. Like how good it is for beginning game. Well, not as good beginning game, but it's if you get a good spam, they can absolutely shred hidden bosses and stuff like that. But they just struggle on boss 3 spams, which is why it's at B tier because it's really good, but then at end game it's just iffy. Like it's like, yeah, sure you can have it, but it's not that good. This guy right here, how am I forgetting his name? Mercenary. The Mercenary. The iconic Mercenary. You see, he's about here. Well, he's about C tier because he's good, yeah. He's like Commando, but cheaper. But not as good at the max because the fire rate's not that good. So, you know, it's bad fire rate, it's not that good. So, yeah. Anyways, now Mortar, which I gotta get through this quicker. Mortar is good, but Tuber's better. Because the splash damage is good, but it's not as good as Tuber because Tuber is on the ground and it's just better because it does more damage. And yeah, and also it's not consistent because you can't really get good maps with it. So I'm gonna have to put it at C tier. And right there, we're gonna go Tuber B tier because it's the same thing, just on the ground and more damage. And Patrol, this is honestly D tier. Good beginning game, but that's really it. Like mid game, it's pretty trash, even with tank. Phaser, this is an example of, this is actually a good A tier though, because Phaser is like, it's only good on Void, and Void is the hardest to kill. But then again though, like boss 3s, and the boss 2, it can actually help you a lot with. And Plasma Trooper, trash, way too expensive. Like the damage sucks. Also, so yeah, I'm putting it at that, and the range isn't as good as it could be. Rail, this is an A tier because it's really good for events. This is like essential to events, but regularly, it's not really like, it's not as consistent as it could be. And Red Scout, it's like I'd probably put it on the wall from trash because it's like Scout but red, and you just have to win the event. And yeah. And then Soldier on a Bench, it does nothing, so you know. And this thingy, this guy, the 2017 Halloween event tower, honestly, it's just straight up trash. It's a waste of space because all it does is just move them back a little bit, and a lot of guys don't even get affected. This is D tier, the Shotgunner, because you know he's really good beginning game, but not really that good for anything else. And I have 1 minute to get through this. Okay, Sniper, decent beginning game. This guy is as good as Cryro, I'd say, just a little bit better. And because it's leader, so you know. Soldier is good if you get a spam. It's really good. And Tweeter is just some crap. I don't know. Just a better version of Scout. And then Zed. Here is Zed. Zed, A tier because it's not that consistent. And it's good, yes, and it's good track damage, but it's not as good as Golden Commando, and I think we can all agree on that. And on that note, later.